An alarming trend among boys is raising new concerns about the influence of social media, an influence not for the good. A recent Canadian study found that over the course of nearly 2 decades, eating disorder hospitalizations among boys ages 5 to 17 jumped 416% in Ontario. One expert says this trend is also likely in the U.S. Probably the same thing happening here. Lisa D'Amour is a psychologist and the author of The Emotional Lives of Teenagers, Raising Connected, Capable, and Compassionate Adolescents. I reference it frequently. Paperback edition is out this week. Lisa, good morning.
Good morning.
The book
You have a teenage boy.
I have a 12-year-old and a almost 15-year-old, and this is really a Bible. It's so helpful, and then also helpful in preparing for the journey that my younger ones are on as well.
Yes.
So the eating disorder issue with boys in particular, I gotta say, it's real. You pick up on it. You hear about it from parents. Why is it happening, you think?
So, lots of forces come together anytime we see an eating disorder. But one of the things that has shifted is that boys are putting more emphasis on getting really lean and really strong at the same time. There's a lot of social media content about getting, ripped and cut. And so we are seeing a growing rise in young boys, teenage boys, who are coming in who may look of normal or above normal weight because of how much muscle they've put on, but they've restricted their eating so severely that they're functionally starving.
Wow. So when is it a worry? When is it not just a health thing where they're like, oh, I'm going to cut out this food for my health, but it's actually a problem?
This is tricky, right? Because eating well and exercising more, those are good things. We feel like they're on a good path. What we want to watch out for are things like they're getting very obsessive about their workouts, or they're not spending time with their friends because they're going to the gym, or they get really, really restrictive about what they'll eat. There are some kids who are like, I won't eat that unless I know the macronutritional value of it. Things like that are a flag. How they feel about themselves depending on how they look, that can be worrisome. A real flag is if there's distortion, right? If there's a kid who's actually quite muscular who's saying, I'm so puny, I'm so scrawny, that's really worrisome.
Oof, yeah.
You write in the book that, and this spoke to me, and we've talked about this before, that boys typically do want to talk about their feelings and their inner worlds, but the challenge is sort of creating the right environment to draw that out of them. How do you do that? How do you do that with especially teenage boys?
I'm surprised to hear they actually do want to talk about it.
They do want to talk about their feelings. Here's the trick. A lot of times in adolescence, boys who are consolidating a masculine identity get the idea that feelings are for girls, not for boys. And then if the only people around them asking about their emotions happen to be women, maybe their mothers, it actually confirms what they believe. So if we want boys to talk about their feelings, the men around them need to be talking about their own feelings and asking about boys' feelings.
Yeah. But also when you talk with boys, if you engage in what they would otherwise be distracting themselves with, like a side-by-side video game session, at a certain point they will start talking, right?
Well, it's true. And they have a lot of feelings about a lot of things. Video games, often, sometimes sports. It's a matter of getting them to share those feelings in other domains.
Yeah, creating the space for it. Lisa D'Amour, thank you very much. The book is terrific. It's now in paperback. You can save a few bucks, pick it up. It'll really help you at home. And I have lots of questions for you. And I'm not even joking. She's my personal guru on all manner of I think she writes the books to avoid me.
We hear about this for girls, though, the body issues. And in most cases, social media is the culprit.
Yes.
Is social media playing a culprit as well with boys? Because do boys talk about this among themselves?
You would be surprised.
Girls talk about it amongst
on
themselves.
social media, all you see are videos of guys saying, this is how you get jacked, this is how you get ripped.
Does the Patrick Mahomes dad bod picture work in the other direction?
That could help.
Where teenagers
But do you blame social media?
I worry about it.
Yeah,
because
Patrick Mahomes is
what
good.
Vlad is saying, that kids' feeds can soon be flooded by image after image after image. And teenagers, more than adults, are vulnerable to norms. So right now, my Instagram feed is all folding hacks, like how to fold clothes.
Oh.
This is not changing how I fold clothes. But if a teenager is seeing image after image of ultra-thin or ultra-fit people, it can shift how they think about their own body, and it can shift their behavior.
What's going on in your life that you're getting folding clothes?
I have no idea, but I love them. I love them. I can watch it all day.
Thank you very much for the book. The Emotional Lives of Teenagers, available wherever you like to buy your books right now.